Oh my God! Okay, it's happening. Everybody stay calm.
What's the
Everybody
procedure,
stay calm.
everyone? What's the procedure?
Stay calm!
Wait.
Everybody just calm down!
Welcome to GOAT James Kingdom, where basketball lives forever. Here in GOAT James Kingdom, we attack the GOAT debate head on, where we challenge all Michael Jordan fans and all LeBron detractors to who is the GOAT of basketball. You can catch us every Sunday noon Eastern Time, right here on the GOAT James Kingdom channel, for the GOAT James Kingdom show with B. Lee and A. Johnny. Also, we go live Friday nights with the Friday Night Exposure with the Exposer, where you catch special shows and content as a GOAT James Kingdom follower and subscriber. Also, check out the GOAT James Kingdom membership, where you can get exclusive content.
Listen, my aspiration was a lot bigger than just, winning MVPs and, being an all-star and, whatever all the individual things is. Before I even got to the NBA, I've always won. Mm-hmm. And it doesn't matter which level you win on. If you're in a winning environment, that shit carries on throughout the rest of your life. My first year ever playing organized sports, I won a Little League football championship that year, and then backed it up with a basketball championship, undefeated season. My second year, we did the same thing, and I was league MVP in basketball and football. Through middle school championships, through high school, I won 3 state championships. I was just always born winner, and I knew how to win because of the culture that I was around. I knew how it was supposed to be done.
Peace and blessings, y'all. Welcome to the GOAT James Kingdom channel. I'm A. Johnny the Exposer, coming with a special GJK Sports Report. As you guys officially know, LeBron James just came out. Well, not really LeBron James. Pat McAfee and the Pat McAfee Show and ESPN just dropped an exclusive interview with LeBron James. I mean, a candid, all open, exclusive interview with Pat McAfee on ESPN. It dropped just this afternoon, and you guys know what we do best here in GOAT James Kingdom. We actually watched it, and we're going to discuss it right here on the GJK Sports Report. So again, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. Also, check out the GOAT James Kingdom membership. As you guys know, we're going to continue to grow the channel as we have just reached 7,000 subscribers on GOAT James Kingdom. We are definitely on fire as the GOAT and the Lakers are also playing right now versus the Indiana Pacers. Shout out to a few of y'all I see in the comments. GOAT James Kingdom member Twain Gant, thank you for joining me. Also, King Money Fly, peace and blessings. Thank you for joining me. Also, shout out to So Crazy TV. Y'all make sure to subscribe to his channel and also check out King Money Fly on TikTok. And we got, obviously, you know who's here in the building. Shout out to Najee, the chosen one. But again, ladies and gentlemen, today's quick GJK Sports Reports is going to be about how LeBron James spoke about a lot of things right now. And it was an open interview. It was a candid interview, and he had a lot to say. I'm sure you guys saw him speaking on Stephen A. Smith. He talked about everything. He opened up the can of worms again. He kept the beef going. And they didn't even hesitate with LeBron. They really didn't hesitate with LeBron. They started out and they went straight ahead and they asked him about what happened and how he felt leaving Cleveland to go win championships in Miami.
your first championship, and what was that kind of load lifted off your back? 'Cause you talk about being amongst the one-name guys.
Yeah.
Championships obviously got to come with that. So what was that like going down there and getting that done?
And at that moment, you know, my 7 years in Cleveland, I had some good years, obviously, some great years. One, was able to take the team to the NBA Finals. I was 22 years old. I had a moment in Detroit where I went insane, 25 straight, 29 out of 30, you know, and took a team that you look back at our roster, you're like, what the hell? How was that even possible?
There's a lot of those, brother. We don't want to dive into all of them. You were at the finals like 45 straight years.
You know what I'm saying? So, like, but it got to the point that final season, I was like, I've maximized this potential.
Yeah.
I've squeezed all the juice out of this damn lemon here, and I know it. And in order for me to get to where I want to get to, I have to make a choice for my career going forward. And Miami was the best choice, you know, at that moment. I felt like it was the best choice for me. You know, the conversation I had with D Wade, had with Bosh, had with Udonis Haslem. You know, D Wade and UD had been there. They had won, had beat Dallas. They had been in some big you know, playoff matchups with Detroit, where Detroit beat them and then they beat Detroit, you know, and things of that nature. And then you look at the big four that Boston had. You know, everybody talk about the big three, but everybody always decides that for some odd reason that Rondo wasn't as great as Rondo was.
Okay, so you heard LeBron speak right there. Shout out to USB Talk Sports. Thank you for joining again. Another GJK Sports Reports right here on GOAT James Kingdom. I'm A. Johnny Bakari, or also known as A. Johnny the Exposer, your host for today. Yes, LeBron went all out on this interview. He brought his true self, and there was no question about it. And of course, the Zesty Jeffries are upset, dogging his teammates. Oh, I knew you guys were going to say this. Oh, he gave the Zesty Jeffries a whole line of stuff. You guys should be out here making your own content off what LeBron said. But again, you guys talk about dogging teammates. Let's not start talking about the 1980 Chicago Bulls. Then we'll start seeing who's going to be talking about dogging teammates. But with that being said, LeBron James, yes, was taking shots everywhere. He didn't just take shots at the Cleveland Cavalier organization and the players that was with him his first stint in Cleveland by stating, hey, listen, I did the best that I can do with them. He said, I know how it is to be a winner. I know how it feels when you're a winning team, and we were not a winning team. And there was nothing else I can do physically to make that team a championship team. They were never going to be that. So I had to make a decision. And he talked about going to Miami. You heard in the intro him explaining how great he was. He was winning ever since he was in middle school, my friend. This guy's been a winner his whole life. His entire life. Every team he's ever played on, he's actually won a championship for. So he left Cleveland. He wanted to win an NBA title. Oh, and he went in and he went on ahead and he did that. He went on ahead and did that. Shout out to you. Peace and blessings there, Zero. Thank you for joining me. Also tried to add another mod just in case I wasn't there. I was going to make sure that they were members. I don't know if that's fine. No, you are good to go. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. I appreciate that, brother. I appreciate that. I did see that. Thank you so much. So we out here having fun. Shout out to all the GOAT James Kingdom members. Indeed, bro. Oh, what is this guy talking about? I couldn't maximize my time in Cleveland because I kept choking in the playoffs. Here you go with your nonsense, Travis. There you go with your nonsense. Oh, you want to take shots? Don't worry. The GOAT got shots for everybody. The GOAT took shots at everybody. He took shots at everybody. But before he took shots at everybody, you know they had to ask him about the Lakers coach. And, okay, obviously, LeBron discussed his Miami stint. He discussed his Cleveland stint, right? He talked about winning in Miami. He said it was something like a college experience for him because he never left. He said he never left Akron. The first time he ever left Akron to live out of Akron or be out of Akron was at 25 years old. For 25 years of his life, he lived in Cleveland. And he said he still lived in Akron. He said he didn't even live in Cleveland. He said he lived 30 minutes away from Cleveland. He would drive back home to Akron. So Miami was a whole new experience. It was like going to college. He said he won a couple of championships, a couple of MVPs. He had a great experience, and it was wonderful. He even talked about the cookie situation with Pat Riley, taking the cookies away on the plane. So he discussed all of that. So then they asked him about, well, what about what's going on now? JJ Redick and the Lakers, how do you feel about your coach? And this was his take about his coach.
That parade was bananas.
Yes, sir.
And then obviously out at LA, what is it about JJ Redick's culture that you have felt, experienced, and obviously a couple games have not won, but fourth in the West still, on a playoff push. What is it about JJ Redick and his culture, or what you guys have right now that you like?
I think the best thing about JJ is that he's just a great podcaster.
Yeah, he is. Yeah, he is. We learned a lot, brother.
One of the best.
You guys were talking about, like, when fucking doubles here, then we round here, then we go under this.
He's just a podcaster that, for some odd reason, became a head coach, and all because of me. It's just the weirdest thing in the world, and those conversations have died down. But no, I think one thing about JJ, man, he bleeds the game and he breathes the game of basketball every single day. He's one of those guys that it's kind of just like me. Like, if we lose a game or we didn't play up to par, there's no such thing as sleeping that night. There's no such thing of sleeping into the next match, into the next game. And he's just determined to, like, he's a dickhead.
Yeah, gotta be.
So you hear him again. He's being very candid, and he gets to say that about JJ Redick because we know how close he is. He threw shots right there at Stephen A. Smith. Or like some would say, Stephen A. Swift. Because he talked about Stephen A. Smith and how he was out here doing the Taylor Swift tour run after he got checked by LeBron and all this other stuff, right? But again, he's able to throw these shots because he feels very comfortable with himself. This is the LeBron I love. This is the LeBron I can't wait to see. This was like when Kobe retired. We got to really get to see who Kobe was. This is LeBron just shedding all of those guards and just telling y'all, hey, this is how I feel, bro. And he felt very comfortable because Pat McAfee is the perfect person to do this with. The perfect person to do this with. So this was great off the top. He calling out his coach, calling him, you know what I'm saying, a straight up asshole. That's what JJ Redick is, but he doesn't care because it's about basketball for LeBron, and he can handle criticism. He's not like Michael Jordan. Criticism was something Michael Jordan could not take. Michael Jordan would have crumbled under the type of pressure that LeBron has been facing over the last 20 years. And even McAfee talked about LeBron James. You know what? I didn't even realize this is a child celebrity because he was a teen star. He was a teen celebrity. In his teenage years, he was a star. He was known nationally. So LeBron James has been handling pressure like it ain't it's been nothing. And talking about handling pressure, he talked about that because they also asked him about being the face of the NBA.
Did you feel like, okay, this is officially my league? Like, I am taking over this entire thing?
You know what? I never had that notion. And never, like, woke up, like, after I brushed my teeth, was like, yeah, this is my league. I'm the face of the league. God damn it.
Shine these up?
I'm going to shine these up. But I did know there was a responsibility put on me to carry the league in a certain fashion. You got to think that, before I entered the league, and like right after MJ retired, after he came back the second or third time, he came back and he was done with Washington. There was a big fan player separation with our league. They just wasn't resonating with a lot of the players, or a lot of guys was didn't really care, or whatever the case may be. And I felt like in order for myself to make a name for myself, obviously I knew the play was going to take care of itself because I knew how much I committed to it, but also I wanted to handle the responsibility, of showing a face of the league in the sense of like a modern citizen, being a role model. It was, we have guys who, didn't want to be a role model to the sport, or didn't want to be a role model to the game, didn't want to appreciate the game or commit to the game. And I felt like, I had an opportunity to not only play the game that I love, but also I wanted fans to follow me. I wanted people to follow my journey. And what came out of that was me kind of being, I guess people say, the face of the league.
Yeah, the Sprite commercials.
Ooh, that boy threw several shots in that statement right there. He threw several shots talking about dudes being lazy, dudes not being committed, not caring, not wanting to be the face of the league, players and fans having a distance between one another, right? Oh, man, he left this SD Jeffries, all kind of stuff. I can see them now. They got material for days now. The GOAT has spoken, ladies and gentlemen, and he took shots. Like he said, again, LeBron is one of those type of individuals who grew up in a single parent home, which obviously means he grew up with his mother. He didn't want to be the absent father, so he did the best that he can do to be the best father he can be. He also admired sports athletes throughout the 90s, right? And he also saw all the crazy stuff that went on in the 90s. We all know the 90s was crazy as well. So he said to himself, I'm going to be the better athlete as well. I'm going to do a better job. Like he said, when I entered the league, there was a lot of players who really didn't care about the fans. Obviously, right, we had fans throwing cups and popcorn at the Indiana Pacer game and versus Detroit Pistons, and we had all kind of crazy stuff, right? People didn't like Kobe Bryant, right? Like Shaq was a marketable and unlikable player, right? Allen Iverson, right? The league supposedly had a dress code and had to address how players showed up to the game and how they conducted themselves, right? All of this was happening in the early 2000s, ladies and gentlemen. So LeBron James took that with him and said, nah, I'm going to be a model citizen, like he said. I'm going to do the right things, and I'm going to still be one of the greatest athletes because I'm going to be committed to the game, and I'm going to be committed to working out. I'm not going to cheat the game. I'm not going to cheat nobody. Oh, man, this was brilliant by LeBron. This was brilliant. He started taking all kind of shots, man. He couldn't help it. He couldn't help but take shots. And he started taking some more shots when he started talking about how people discuss and talk about the game today.
Oh my goodness, there's so many of those guys out there right now.
I would say your league, you, and your league has the most absurd chatter.
Oh my goodness,
it really does.
It is every single day, and then you realize you was like, I'll be looking at it and I hear it, I'm like, those guys a lot of those guys that played the game or did not play the game, it was just they played the game while they were talented. I don't think they ever thought the game. Mm-hmm. I don't think they were ever smart. I just think they were bigger and stronger and maybe faster at the time, and they dominated. And when it was over, it was over. They don't. That's why I'm able to still play at fucking 40 years old.
Well, that's what everybody talks about.
Yeah, my mind is just like I can play the game because I can outthink the guys out there. And as my athleticism has went down a notch. Not a lot, but a notch.
Slow. Don't you a little fat too?
As my athleticism has went down a notch, like I'm able to still bring up other facets of my game to be able to still, do what I need to do every single night. But the talking heads of our sport, oh my goodness.
It's a lot. It's a lot. Especially for you. I mean, you're in a much different situation than maybe any other human in history of sports, if I had to guess.
Oh, he took shots, ladies and gentlemen. He kept taking shots. LeBron did not stop. The GOAT just kept talking about all of these guys. He called them out. He called them out. He did not hesitate to call anybody out. He mentioned how it's all about the nostalgia and all the stuff that goes along with it, man. That was the major thing when we're talking about Michael Jordan. We're talking about the 90s. We're talking about Bird. We're talking about the 80s. This is what it's all about. It's nostalgia. And the funny thing about it is they like to make it seem like Kobe played in that era, and Kobe didn't even play in that era. But LeBron just kept taking shots. He had more. Again, let's listen to the GOAT speak.
It's like the game has evolved so much, I think. But there is like a nostalgia combo that takes place with you guys, this modern era. Do you feel that? How do you address that?
No. I definitely feel it. And I think, we just have to recognize that evolution is just a part of life, man. You look at the Hummer from the 1970s to the Hummer of today. It's like, you're going to be like, okay, you might be nostalgic about it. You loved it in the 70s, but do you really want to drive that every day right now in 2025? You're going to get out the car and your goddamn neck and your back is going to be hurting so bad. Like, seriously, you're going to be hurting so bad. You're going to be like, okay, you know what? This might be just a Sunday chill car. Like, I drive it up the street, get some ice cream, come back home, but I can't.
Refill it because it gets 2 miles.
Yeah, exactly. Right? I got to just start it up, let it just crank the gas for about 2 hours just to make sure it's still running. But we have to understand that there's players and eras and things of that nature. Like, we get it. Like, I get it. Like, those are nostalgic moments, but like the game is different, and we should respect all eras in that era. We can't be saying, okay, just because Wilt was great in the 60s and 70s that he'll be great now. And we also can't say that some of the guys now will be great. It is what it is. Respect that era and we move on. But every single day that he's better, he's not better, he wouldn't, You trying to tell me Giannis wouldn't be able to play an NBA game in the 70s?
I think
he wouldn't be able to do it.
Yeah, neither would you. Neither would you.
Giannis Antetokounmpo would have 250 points in a game in the 70s. 250.
Is that Kuzi? When was Kuzi playing?
Kuzi's
50. Dude, Kuzi's locking up fucking Giannis, brother.
He's saying 70s, not 50.
And that's no disrespect. Like, it's no disrespect. But, like, seriously, like, Kyrie Irving. Like,
they would have called him a witch. They would have called him a witch.
No, they would have told Kyrie, you're not. You know how they used to tell Lou Alcindor at the time that he couldn't dunk in high school games? Yeah. They would have told Kyrie, you're not allowed to dribble anymore. Mm-hmm. That's what they would have told him. Dribbling is outruled.
So as you can see, LeBron was out here taking shots, and they try to overextend what he was saying. As he was saying, we have to just respect all eras. Because if we really want to start talking about it, come on, man, let's be real. We keep telling y'all, man, today's players are just better basketball players. Now, and LeBron's kind of right. There would be rules against Kyrie Irving. Kyrie Irving wouldn't be able to do what he had to do. They wouldn't let Kyrie Irving dribble the way he dribbles in the 70s and in the 60s. He just wouldn't be able to do it. So it's all about, like he said, just appreciating everything and moving on forward with the game and pushing the game forward, which is what LeBron James has done for the past 20 years plus, ladies and gentlemen. And all the hatred and all the visceral things that come his way doesn't make sense. This guy's going to have the last laugh. He's able to do what he's doing right now because he has everything he's supposed to have to be considered the greatest player ever, if not one of the greatest players ever. There's no way around it. LeBron James will always be one of the greatest players to ever play, if not the GOAT from here on out. Stephen A. Smith just went live trying to respond, right? Because he's upset about all the things LeBron said during this interview, and he was saying that he'll stop talking about LeBron when LeBron retires. No, you're not. No, you're not. No, you're not. No, you're not. We all know you're not. Because you were the first one that was all excited when you found out LeBron James was talking about you just now. This was you right here. Stephen A. Swift. All excited. Couldn't wait that you knew LeBron kept the beef going. Look at you. That's you right there. Just couldn't wait to get it on. Look at you. On tour, just talking about the man recklessly, letting down your fan base. All the Zesty Jeffries upset with you. Then on top of that, LeBron's going to be out here doing Mind the Game season 2. He's going to do season 2 now. And now he went and got Steve Nash. Done rubbed it in on some of y'all. Who was like, why he ain't go out there and go get a black coach or go get a black side podcaster to do the show with him. Now he out here giving Steve Nash recognition. Throwing salt on Shaq's wound. I'm telling you, yo, this dude's been taking shots at everybody. LeBron's diabolical. We need to start being like Kendrick Lamar fans so that we can start saying all these double and triple entendres and all these secret messages LeBron's throwing out here, ladies and gentlemen. This is real. You think he chose Steve Nash by accident? No, he's throwing shots at Shaq. You heard him throughout the interview here when I was telling you he was throwing shots at Shaq. Throwing shots at Barkley. All of them. Jordan. Everybody got it today. LeBron didn't let no one off the hook today. Everybody got it today. Pause. It's crazy. It's crazy. And I see y'all in the comments already going crazy. Dr. J better than Giannis. I already told people that Giannis is going to end up in my top 10. And he might just end up getting ahead of Dr. J. Even though I got Dr. J 7th on my list. But I know for a fact, Giannis, Joker, and KD will hit my top 10. There's no way you're going to get mad that, yes, if Giannis was playing in the 70s, remember, we talked about this before. The game wasn't as that physical. Giannis would have to do some other things because Giannis does play bully basketball. He wouldn't be able to do that in the 70s. But Giannis is still skilled enough that he's going to dominate the game. In transition, there's no stopping Giannis. Giannis is probably the greatest transition player in NBA history outside of LeBron James, ever. There's no stopping Giannis when Giannis is coming down here. He takes 2 dribbles and 3 steps, and he's at the rim from half court. But again, ladies and gentlemen, don't dodge the subject. The subject is the GOAT and how the GOAT just regulated the entire basketball community. The internet's on fire. We had a fire interview. That's another thing too, because Gilbert Arenas, right, giving Stephen A. Smith that platform to go on and go live, and they did brilliant numbers over there on Gil's Arena. They did phenomenal numbers on that Stephen A. Smith show, and this is about to double that. And no disrespect to Gil, but LeBron had to find the right platform, and he went to Pat McAfee. And that was the perfect platform for LeBron James to do this. So now he's going to be doing Mind the Game, which that now he was able to promote that, because now everybody's getting ready to watch Mind the Game again, because that was a great podcast between him and JJ. And hopefully him and Steve have that same relationship, because I know Steve could break the game down, right? And he threw shots at people too, saying that if Steve Nash get a coaching job off of this, it got nothing to do with LeBron. LeBron had nothing to do with it. This is not pre-warned or nothing, or pre-planned or anything. But he went on the McAfee show, and now this is about to shut the internet down. Zesty Jeffries are in line for all kinds of stuff. He gave us a treasure trove of stuff. This is great for the basketball community. This is great for the social media world. This is great for the YouTube streets. LeBron out here just taking shots left and right. And the number one excited person about it is Stephen A. Swift. Just all excited. Just can't wait to see the next time LeBron James says his name. And LeBron James went in on him. I'm quite sure you guys seen it already. You've heard the clips. If you didn't get a chance, we played some extra clips here for you. If not, go watch the McAfee interview. It's only about 1 hour and 10 minutes long if you want to just watch the LeBron interview. The show within itself is about a 3-hour show, a 2.5-hour show. And the Pat McAfee show is a great show. That guy does a great job. He's hilarious. What they do there is great. Great content. And LeBron James chose the right spot. He was able to be himself. And I know, again, he's just rubbing it in on everybody. He went to a football guy instead of a basketball place. You heard McAfee said it, man. The discourse in basketball is disgusting. The way you guys talk about your game over there, I don't know why y'all even talking. But I thought it was great, man. I'm so glad I was able to watch this interview, man. I was coming home from work. I didn't know when the interview was going to drop, but on my way home from work, I saw it was there. I watched it instantly. And LeBron, like I said, gave us gems throughout it. And it was a beautiful thing, man. It was a beautiful thing to see the GOAT come up and speak the truth, yo. Come up and speak the truth. Shout out to you, So Crazy TV. Yes, man, thank you so much. Yes, ladies and gentlemen. We're going to continue to grow here in GOAT James Kingdom, despite all of the Zesty Jeffries attempts to slow down what we do here in GOAT James Kingdom and what we do on other platforms. As you guys know, we are all over the place. We are the GOAT James Kingdom channel. I'm Johnny, the Exposer. This is the GOAT James Kingdom channel, where Brandon and I continually drop great content. If you like what we do here in GOAT James Kingdom, don't be afraid to check out the GOAT James Kingdom membership, where you can get exclusive content, exclusive access to reels, videos, graphs, merchandise. Also, it's definitely exclusive access straight to the GOAT James Kingdom show, which you guys know we do that every Sunday noon Eastern time right here on the GOAT James Kingdom channel, where Brandon and I come up with a nice topic and discussion regarding the GOAT debate or basketball. But in general, we come up doing the Lord's work on a Sunday afternoon. We always have the great guys with us like Travis, Craig, John with us. And obviously, we're going to now start having GOAT James Kingdom members a part of the weekly panel as well. So again, if you are a GOAT James Kingdom member, all you got to do is check out the King's Guard of GOAT James Kingdom member, and you'll be able to have access to join us every Sunday afternoon on the GOAT James Kingdom show with B. Lee and Johnny. But also, don't forget to check out the Radar. That's every Saturday right here on GOAT James Kingdom, and also the Radar podcast channel, where you can catch B. Lee, King John, and T. Perfect debate NBA topics chosen by you guys. Again, you guys are the ones that help them decide what they're going to debate every Saturday. This past week, somebody won the trivia, so by winning that trivia, they're going to be the ones that's going to be able to go ahead and choose the topic for this Saturday. So every Saturday, 7 p.m. Eastern, you can check out the Radar with Brandon, Travis, and John. But also, you guys know what I do on Friday nights. Friday nights is definitely the nights for all the LeBron fans and all the true GOAT James Kingdom fans, where we come on a Friday night to expose all the lies that the Zesty Jeffries continually tell about the game of basketball and also the GOAT of basketball, LeBron James. So Sunday afternoons is definitely Sunday afternoons is definitely a great show. Saturday nights is also a great show, and Friday nights are also a great show. So on GOAT James Kingdom, we have the weekends open for you, and we take care of you during the weekends. And then on top of that, we're also on Playback, ladies and gentlemen. Don't forget to check us out on Playback, as we will be doing games like the Laker game tonight. But obviously, we decided to do the GJK reports, so definitely check us out on playback.tv.
Welcome to GOAT James Kingdom, where basketball lives forever. Here in GOAT James Kingdom, we not only talk the game of basketball, we actually watch it. And by becoming a member of GOAT James Kingdom, you will have access to watch the games with us right here on Playback TV /GOAT James Kingdom. All GOAT James Kingdom members will have access to watch the games with us, especially when the Los Angeles Lakers face anyone in the NBA. Also, we'll be going live with other games and other streams regarding the basketball. If you like the content here in GOAT James Kingdom, please hit that like button, comment, become a subscriber to the channel, and also don't forget to become a member of GOAT James Kingdom.
So with that said, ladies and gentlemen, I'll let you guys get back to watching basketball, because as we know, the game is on right now. The Lakers are playing against the Indiana Pacers, and right now the Lakers are up 55-41 in the second quarter with 4:59 left to go. At least that's what my NBA ticker tells me, NBA.com ticket tells me. But again, ladies and gentlemen, like I told you, this is the GJK Reports right here on the GOAT James Kingdom channel. I'm Johnny the Exposer. Thank you for joining me here on another great GJK Reports. Have a great evening.
Welcome to GOAT James Kingdom, where basketball lives forever. You get to enjoy BB and A Johnny talk basketball every Sunday noon Eastern time right here on the GOAT James Kingdom channel. Support by subscribing, and also check out the membership at GOAT James Kingdom.
We done with the 90s. Jordan big trash. We calling him Jordan Cougar now. He ain't got no left hand. Garbage. What's poppin'?